Welcome back, everybody. I am DStoucan. This is NoLifeGamecast, and I'm playing Final Fantasy XII. And today we have Fran and Balthier joining our party. Now, this is the same session as number 6 and number 7, so I try to do 5 parts per session, per recording session, because it does take quite a while to render these, to be able to upload them to YouTube. And you know, I do put a lot of thought and a lot of energy and a lot of time into this channel. I hope you guys enjoy it. So we're just going to jump right in here and continue on our way through the waterway. Hopefully we can get out of here at some point. Alright, without any further ado, here we go. Ah, Vaughn, there's something I want to check before we set out. As I thought, you don't know much about gambits yet, do you? Bingo. Biggest point in the game right here, in my opinion. Listen carefully. I don't care to repeat myself. For each gambit, you can combine one action with a target for that action. Basically like an if statement. If you know anything about coding, or if you don't, then how about this? If one thing happens, these other thing, it's basically, this will happen, there's 3 parts. The first part is, I believe, when this condition happens. The second part will trigger what the third part wants to do. So, I think that's about as clear as I can get that explanation. I'll show you. If you're more of a visual learner like myself, I have to actually see somebody do it before it really sinks in, or I have to do it myself. So let's try this. For example, you can arrange that cure be cast on an ally whose HP falls below 50%. Useful, that. Of course, one error of judgment, and you could well find yourself throwing punches at that same ally. If you have a good head on your shoulders, it should come easily enough. I fear a more detailed explanation is in order. Okay, so now they're going to show it to us. This is the Gambit screen. You can reach it from the party menu. To create a Gambit, you need only select an action and a target for that action. Well, I'll explain the second part there. Yeah, I'll get more in depth than this. Here, let me show you. I'll start by changing the action of one of my gambits. Okay. Any ally potion. Okay. Whenever an ally gets hurt, I'll toss a potion his way. Charming, eh? Of course, that's a sure way to go through our stock of potions, so let's just adjust the target to make sure things don't get out of hand. Ally. Ally below 70% HP. Now, I'll only ever use potions when an ally's HP drops below 70%. That should be a little more bearable. Nothing to it, really. You can set a gambit's action to more or less any ability you have at your disposal. Okay, so I don't really need to do this. Targets aren't so simple. You'll have to pick up new ones from gambit shops. When we get back to Rabanastra, we could definitely buy a ton of gambits, and they are dirt cheap. I think they're like 50 gold or 50 gil each. I'm gonna say gold because I don't know. It just GP, gil, gold. It's all the same thing. Currency. $50. Anyway, but that isn't all. You can also prioritize your gambits. Allow me. The gambit in the first slot always takes priority. As it stands now, even if an ally's HP starts to fall, there should be should there be foes near, I'll only attack. For which I could rightly be criticized. In general, it's better to prioritize healing before attacking. Vitality before violence, if you like. Oh, another thing. You can turn gambits off and on from here in the gambit screen, as well as from the battle menu. Of course, gambits won't do you much good if they're turned off. Still, discretion is often the better part of valor. If you need to beat a hasty retreat, try turning the gambits off first. It's hard to fall back when your allies insist on picking a fight. Very true. Well, that's long and short of it. I'll set my gambits as they were before we started. Feel free to change them later if you like. We're like to come across new actions and targets, so don't be afraid to experiment with new gambit combinations. But don't pull all of your faith, or don't put all of your faith in any one combination. With each passing day, the world finds new and exciting ways to kill a man. That's funny. Yeah, kind of optimistic there, buddy. Be flexible. If you find yourself up against beasts that don't take too well to fire, create a gambit to cast fire on nearby foes. Likewise, should we face a creature that uses poison, a gambit to cast poison on poisoned allies might come in handy. Bit much to take in? Don't let it worry you. We're in good company, or you're in good company. Yes, these sewers are thick with the bones of others who had similar difficulties. Gambits have been added to the party menu, or party has been added to the party menu. Blah, 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 blah. Shall we be off? Yes, finally. Now I can explain it properly. In case you didn't get this, let me show you. As soon as you start, take Vaughn off of leader. Make Balthier the leader. Okay? Piece of cake. Now, gambits. Set Vaughn's gambits. Party leader's target. Any ally. Make him cure. And I will set his attack. Can I do anything? No. You know what? I'm just going to do it like this. I take it back. I'm not going to make him the lead, or Balthier the leader just yet. Because I think I'll just keep it like that. Auto attack basically. But because he's the leader, he only does he only attacks what I tell him to. So you could do, if you wanted to train, you could just click on nearest visible. But for this, I'm going to do something else. Steal. Nearest visible. Now he'll steal automatically first round. Then he will cure if an ally's HP falls below 70%. Now, what if I can do the same thing with you? Yes, I can. Steal. Party leader's target. So actually, I forgot that he has steal right away. I thought he gained that a little bit later. So now I have an extra one I can just set to do what I need to. Say I want you to cast, well, nothing yet, so I'm just going to turn this one off for now. And instead of first aid, I'm going to use, Don't have any magics? Okay, that's okay. I will get you cure. Make sure all three of your party members, or every single one of them that you have a cure spell on, just in case. Party leaders targets. I'm probably gonna do. I'm gonna set her up for Blizzard later on. I'll set her up for Blizzard afterwards. And Steel first aid. Let me go ahead and get the license for Balthier real quick. And of course he doesn't have any license points. But Vaughn, I'm debating, should I go for a poison resistance or should I go for what kind of weapon? You know what? Magic abilities come first. However, I do need a gambit. The next gambit I get will have to be an upgrade for his weapon. So, I need... Let's see here. I'm probably going to need Poisona first. So I'll come back to that, but I want an additional gambit slot right from the start. Gotta get it. Because then I can just set that. Party leaders targets. Set that to attack. And boom. Now, here's the thing. Like you said, priority. Number 1 comes first. Then it'll go to number 2. Then it'll go to number 3, unless specified. Now, I'll show you later on. Let's turn that off for now. Actually, I should probably set this up. I know I'm taking way too long for this. Should probably set this to... How about attack? Okay, so there, now it gives me the option. It was set to first aid. And you can't use first aid on an enemy. You can only use it on an ally. Party leaders target. I'll do, yeah. That'll work. And we're pretty good. Okay, so when we get more gambits, I will show you how to stack these up to kind of work in our favor. Right now it's pretty basic, pretty straightforward. You got a cure gambit and an attack gambits, and maybe a technic if you have steel or something like that, or like Libra. Now that brings me to another thing. I did have you know what? I'm going to give you this. Because you have no magic, might as well. He'll be able to be the guy who resurrects the other 2 party members in case they die. Reason I'm setting it up like this for magic resistance is the last area, the last little section of this area. You'll see why. When I get, well, like I was saying before, I get any further into this. Last thing I did, last time I played, I didn't touch anybody's gambits, and they started like really killing each other and or not doing what I wanted them to right from the start. So it's best to go ahead and set those up, kind of like the way I did, if you can. And later on, I will show you exactly how to get the optimal setup for your characters using gambits. So, continuing on, there's some fallen soldiers here.
Insurgents. Most like they thought to take advantage of a lax watch at the palace while the fate's on, to feed the good consul a length of steel for his supper. I should think Vane used to such hospitality. Clever. He used himself as the bait to draw them near, and then sent in the air brigade. A fine, bloody banquet. I dare say I've soiled my cuffs. If a dungeon's waiting for us at the end of the night, it had best have a change of wardrobe.
Alright. Now if we look at our map, we need to go south. But we can go over here, gain some extra experience. Now, I have to manually attack. And he's going to continuously steal from everybody. So there's a problem right there. You see, you gotta experiment a little bit. So I'm gonna turn this one off. So yeah, all he does is steal. He does attack, but for right now, all he does is steal. Oh, come on, man. Come back here. Don't make me chase you all over hell. Oh. Now, in this, like, as you're going through combat, if you double tap the X button, or depending on what your controller is, the selection, or what you have keyed to the selection button, or to the X button, if you double tap it, he attacks automatically. So it wants to bring up the menu, next to bring up that, and then, but if you just like double tap it or triple tap it or whatever, just keep mashing A and he'll attack automatically the first thing that comes up. Oh, I stole a teleport stone. Awesome. And Fran cast Cure on me because my HP was below 70%. Yeah, this has been a little bit of a lengthy description about, or lengthy conversation about gambits, and there are going to be lots more as we progress through. It's going to be the main thing I set up for my characters, each different level. So, well, I mean, it's best to be prepared in this game because it's, as you'll see later on, there are going to be some really nasty things going on that you do not, I repeat, do not. Are you going to steal from him, or are you just going to stand there? Come on. God. Come on, both here. Keep up. And I believe I could take this treasure. Yeah, I'm going to start taking treasures from the areas that we can explore, and I'm not going to worry too much about From here on out, I'm not going to worry about the area, except for, what was the next part? The Nalbina Dungeons. But the Nalbina Dungeons, which is directly after this one, I believe, you do not, I repeat, you do not want to take anything. So, but this waterway, and after the Nalbina Dungeons, everything's okay. So... yeah, just setting Balthier to steal really helps. It really helps things along, especially with this part, because he really doesn't. These enemies are really weak. Later on, it may not be a good idea to do this, but for this area, is no problem. A long sword and an escutcheon. I could, right now, I could set Vaughn up to do that. But I want to wait. Later on, I'll be able to get more specific with the steel. I can set to, if enemy has item, you can set it to steal, and then you'll be able to steal from the enemy. If the enemy does not have an item, you won't. He'll just go to the next gambit in the selection that he has activated. I think it's one of the original ones one of the ones that you can get in the beginning. Actually, is the if enemy has item. Alright, come on guys, get over here. Yeah, that was bad to get ganged up on there. And like I said, stealing and gaining items from enemies is your lifeblood in this game. And this episode's going to run a little bit long, maybe? I don't know yet. You know what? Instead of attacking, I'm just going to do this. Sorry, dude. And he has HP regen. That's... yeah, the Gigan Toad can regenerate his own HP. So you gotta kill him quick. In this case, it's not such a big deal, but there are far more powerful versions of this guy. And they all seem to want to do the same thing, so... It's best to just practice with, you know, getting used to the gambits. Once we get back to the next city, just checking the map here, make sure there's nothing that I need to get down here. And it seems like there is, so... yep, there is a something. Go ahead and grab this real quick. Suit of leather armor. Now... leather armor, strength up, defense up. You know what? You're going to be... it's heavy armor, so... I'm gonna save heavy armor for somebody else. And this, I'm going... you know what? Nah, he's gonna be in my party for quite a while. So I'm just going to keep that on him for now. The reason I'm checking my inventory and trying to kind of get a bearing as to where I'm at currently and what I can do in the immediate future is because from here on out, once you beat this particular area, things get really crazy really quickly, and you're just gonna have to power through the next couple of areas, and it can be quite difficult if you're not prepared. So you want to make sure everything is everything, that you're all completely set up. So, alright, we have our save crystal, and we can continue on. Not quite yet. I want to set your gambits, sir. I'll turn that off. Oh, I turned it back on like a moron. Now let's see about licenses. Balthier. I'm gonna give you the Iraqi armlet because it's cheap, and then I'd like to get you cure. So let's go kill one more enemy so you can get cure as well.
Now we have getting away.
Who would be next?
And thus, the miniskirt enters.
Jump down. Hurry. She's not alone.
Our ranks grow by the hour.
And our troubles with them.
Alright, so let's which one do I want to take out first? Probably the guy with protect on. Yeah, let's take him out first. And if you can, steal from one of these guys. Nope, couldn't steal from them. Oh well. You can get one of their swords, one of their long swords, if you steal from them. It can be a pretty big help. If you're using a sword and shield with Vaughn. But if you can't, it's not a big deal. I mean, you can still progress through normally, but...
You all right?
Thank you.
I'm Vaughn, and this is Balthier, and hey! What's your name?
Amalia.
Amalia, huh? Nice to meet you.
There were others with me. I'm sorry. No.
Huh?
Oh, now isn't that impressive?
Don't get any ideas. I said it's mine.
I'm afraid the jury's still out on that one.
You stole that?
Yeah.
Have you finished? When the guards don't report in, they'll come looking for us.
If they aren't already.
You should come with us. Better than being by yourself.
Very well.
What's wrong with her?
You have a lot to learn before we even get started on your thievery.
What's that mean?
Stupid kid. You don't know who she is? Well, shame on you. Alright, first things first. License for Balthier. Let's get him that cure magic. Fran, I think for you, darling, I can get you some magic armor. Why does she have heavy armor equipped? Can you make her It always seemed like to me that she was more of a magic user than anything else, but the way they have her set up, she's like a bow or sword and shield and heavy armor right at the start. So I don't know. I'll save her points. Vaughn's got quite a few, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. I'm gonna make Vaughn hang to the back of the party. So I want him to have, well, I'm gonna give him like a ranged weapon starting out, and yeah, I'm gonna give him the bow. He'll be the bow user, and she will be the staff user, and then I'll have one guy standing up in front tanking damage. It's usually how I like to set up the party. One guy in front, and then two support characters behind, cast like glass cannons, basically. So I want to be able to use Libra at some point as well. But for now, let's just continue on. And she is now with us, so let's go over here. Save our game, and I will see you all next time. This has been I'm DStoucan. It's been NoLifeGamecast playing Final Fantasy XII, all that good stuff, and yeah, I'll see you for part 9. See if we can't get out of here. All right, later, people.